Okay, Senesine here, and this is going to be the first episode of Salt on that newly named channel. So here I'm walking through Garden City, and sorry Pine Power Line Andy's randomness, I still haven't gotten to a video where I call the news networks just by channel instead of news, because they don't even cover local news. So yeah, Channel 12, South Shore, News 1, Channel 1, I don't know, Channel 1, Spectrum, New York. They've got to be called out because they don't cover local news. Often, although I don't know if this has recently been done, they talk about, like, political news that's, like, international, like Ukraine going on right now. They talk about all sorts of national and international news subjects, and not the local news that we need on Long Island. Now, and you know, they sit there in their enclave. They have the time of their lives. Well, despite them working from 9 to 5, which is something that me, Pine Power Line, Andy's randomness can't do, but you know, they still have a better time than Pine Power Line because of how Long Island is being treated, even with the work. But they're still having a great time anyway. And it's just, they don't care about anybody else. It's like their own little cult. They're sitting there in their enclaves, having the time of their life, not letting anybody else live there who is not a white finance professional. I know I'm a white finance professional, but I'm not the type from Wall Street. I'm a business white finance professional. Gotta get away from those Garden City attack dogs right here. I guess they're not here. I hear an M7 going from Hicksville to Penn, or no, from Hicksville to Grand Central, or from Grand Central to Hicksville right now. And then the shutdowns on the main line. Now, I'm kind of getting off topic here, because I'm not talking about the meetings of News 12. But it's just out of control. They sit and let the crime happen on the middle of the island. Yes, I disagree with Pine Power Line on the way they should be dealing with crime, but we both want the same end result. Is for this crime to stop, and for them to stop living in their bubble, like the Merrick through Massapequa, which does have less bus transportation, it's better for people with cars, or the Lynbrook-Rockville Center. That one is another enclave bubble, which is better for people who don't have cars because the buses run more often. That's at least something I gotta say about the eastern, or the middle or eastern one enclave. But they live it up, they celebrate, and they just think of us as less. I'm gonna split this video up. I'm gonna put on my mask now. Okay, after 2 minutes, we're here at the borderline of Garden City and Mineola. Here it's Tuckahoe, or an Old Country Road, or Columbus Avenue. Here at the Crestwood Station, or the Mineola Station. And as we were saying, the type of redlining the middle of the island receives is just out of control, as I keep on saying, as Pine Power Line keeps on saying. And more people need to speak up, so I hope some of my subscribers do. Like, since there are people who I think would want to speak up, unlike the people who just are afraid they're going to be intimidated, those who want to speak up and won't have that problem. I'm guessing my subscriber Evan Gold LI, you should speak up about this issue too, since your name specifies Long Island, and you can help solve it too. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna continue speaking up like Pine Power LI. Ooh, we're on Ronkonkoma train. Roars through Mineola. Next stop, Harlem 125th Street. And it's not roaring, it's just slowing down. And you know what SALT stands for? South Shore Attitude or Arrogance. Little tolerance or low tolerance. I don't know what the letters are going to stand for. They can stand for multiple things. It really has to do with the periodic bundle of onionium and tennessine, like senescine. The South Shore. It's called Channel 12 South Shore because it doesn't cover local news. If you want to watch Prime News, check out Pine Power LI's recent video, because there's a lot of action on that one. You should see his most recent video where he shows a lot of stories. Although there are many of them you should also see on this channel too. Same with Andy's randomness. But the neglect, they're trying to redline these communities and it's getting worse and worse. My video is getting too long, so I'm going to make a second video later. Coming back from Mineola, we're still at the train station, Crestwood. Got back from the lottery shop. Got a pack of mint cubes for my mother. I always love her, thinking she's such a sweet mother. I get her this stuff just to be fun. And we were talking about how Long Island's being redlined. People, they're trying to force Pine Power LI, just him, into New Jersey, into places like Tom's River. And the rest of them are trying to force out of Long Island and put the rest of this in the rest of the state, like Westchester. That's what they're basically doing. Maryland Avenue, New Hyde Park, Floral Park, Williams Village. Hopeless. I can't do this. That's the Hicksville train. It's going from, it's the North White Plains train, but they call it the Hicksville train. And then it goes to, it'll make all local stops along the main line, including ones on the Hempstead branch. And in the city terminal zone. There's an M3. Looks like it's going around Ronkonkoma. Southeast. So yes, News 12, or Channel 12. I keep on forgetting to say Channel 12. Unbelievable. Channel 12 is just out of control. And they're always talking about, like, they're anti-vaxxers. They don't want to wear a mask. Now, since we're almost at the no mask requirement, then I'm going to take my mask off over here, just east of Old Country Road. And that's to be extra sure that when you're wearing your mask indoors, I still do that, but outdoors I wouldn't, since it's not really needed in that case. That's what most people agree. But we need to speak up about Long Island's neglect. Forcing the people out. Thankfully, I never lived on Long Island, but if I wanted to move there, I wouldn't be allowed in the South Shore. Just because I'm disabled, and the type of finance professional I do is just business running. Yeah. So, I'd prefer to live in Hempstead, though, out of all the places. There's Mineola, there's just too much going on there with construction, make it a much worse place to live in until the third track project's done. I mean, okay, there are no attack dogs of Garden City here at this one house, but Mineola will be turned into a better place in 2023, so maybe that would be good, more than Hempstead has to offer. Hempstead is still close enough to the South Shore to walk if you're me or Pine Power LI. So, why can't we just make the middle of the island shine just like the South Shore does? The South Shore sea level rise might have the part in Long Beach underwater in 2 decades from now, and then by the end of the century you'll have Sunrise Highway underwater, maybe. Now, I'm not saying definitely, but that's my prediction. So we need to start investing in the middle of the island and the North Shore, where it's even more elevated. This is just unbelievable. I'm getting too close to home, so I'm going to have to shut off now. Bye.